Hey guys, welcome back to another video. With 2021 being such a great year for movies, there's only so much more we can look forward to. And in 2022, we have some absolutely insane releases. So in this video, I'll be going over my most anticipated movies for 2022, specifically my top 10 list. Let me know your most anticipated 2022 movies in the comments down below. And before we get into it, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on so you don't miss when I upload reviews, trailer reactions for all the movie content coming in 2022. But without wasting more time, let's get right into it. Starting off in 10th place is Babylon. This movie releases in December of 2022. It's directed by the director of La La Land, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. It also stars Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie, Tobey Maguire, and Olivia Wilde. Now, we don't know too much about this movie, but the little bits that we do know is that Margot Robbie plays a silent actress. But Babylon overall just seems like a very interesting concept, and with this stacked of a cast, you really can't not anticipate this movie. Now, in 9th place is The Northman. The trailer for this movie recently just released, and I've stayed away from it. I'm still not gonna try to watch any of the trailers, look at anything specifically from the movie, because I heard about it a while ago and I've just kind of been keeping my eye off of it because I'm really excited to see what it just is. The cast is absolutely stacked as well. It stars Alexander Skarsgård, Anya Taylor-Joy, Willem Dafoe, Nikhil Kidman, Bill Skarsgård, Ethan Hawke, John Campling, and many more. If you guys don't know much about The Northman, I don't blame you because I didn't know a lot about it a while ago. Northman is described as the grounded story set in Iceland at the turn of the 10th century that centers on a Nordic prince who seeks revenge for the death of his father. This movie comes out April 8th, I think, and I'm just so excited for it. I'm trying to go in not knowing too much other than this plot synopsis, of course, so that's why it's still at number 9, but I feel like if I watched the trailer, it would definitely go up near my top 5. In 8th place is Don't Worry, Darling. It comes out September 2022. It stars Florence Pugh, Harry Styles, Chris Pine, Gemma Chan, Kiki Lane, and Nick Kroll. Now, this movie just sounds insane. First of all, Harry Styles will be playing his first ever super lead. I think Florence Pugh is the main actress in the movie, but Harry Styles is right there behind her. This movie's set in the 1980s where Florence Pugh's character discovers her husband's secrets. Her husband is played by Harry Styles. It's more of a psychological thriller, so I'm excited to see both Florence Pugh and Harry Styles take on these darker and more deep roles than they ever have before, at least from what I've seen them in. Like I mentioned before, the side character list is also stacked. Chris Pine, Gemma Chan, Kiki Lane, and Nick Kroll, they're all going to be phenomenal. We've already heard tidbits of this movie going around and talking about Chris Pine whenever, wherever they shot and stuff like that. We know a little bit here and there.
We were shooting in this unbelievable house, this beautiful mid-century. Yeah, it's a great group of people. It's Olivia's got a great film going on. The aesthetic's beautiful. The story's incredible. Harry's a love. Florence is a joy to work with. I've had the chance to work with her before, so it's a great time. I think you'll enjoy Palm Springs when you decamp.
Nevertheless, in 7th place is Killers of the Flower Moon. This one stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Brendan Fraser, Robert De Niro, and Jesse Plemons. It's directed by Martin Scorsese. And all we know about this movie is that it's about an FBI investigation into the ring of criminals who systematically murdered the Ogasakes for their oil wealth in the 1920s. It seems like a very basic crime FBI type of movie, but that's really what I enjoy from Martin Scorsese and specifically Leonardo DiCaprio. The main reason this is my 7th most anticipated movie for 2022 is just because the cast is fairly stacked. Jesse Plemons blew me away this year with The Power of the Dog. Leonardo DiCaprio has always been phenomenal. Robert De Niro is also great. Brendan Fraser is always great, and Martin Scorsese is obviously one of the best filmmakers of all time. This movie is just stacked from the cast to the staff, and just overall seems like it's going to be phenomenal. This is definitely going to be in the front runners for Oscars. I can already tell, and I can't wait to get our first look at this movie because we've had one photo, but I just am begging for a trailer. Moving up to 6th place is Mission Impossible 7. Now, I don't know much about this movie. We literally don't even have a plot synopsis for it. All we know is that this movie keeps getting delayed over and over again. It's officially coming out sometime in September, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm just so excited for it. Mission Impossible Fallout is one of my favorite action movies of all time. I think it's top 3 action movies of all time. The action is absolutely insane, and the story isn't anything absolutely groundbreaking, but it's still so much fun. Henry Cavill is so good in that movie, and I can't wait to see more of the supporting cast in Mission Impossible 7 and what they pull out of the bag. I know they initially were going to film Mission Impossible 7 and 8 together, but they ended up not doing so due to COVID and all that kind of stuff. And this movie, again, like I said before, has been delayed numerous times. There's been so many issues regarding the movie. Tom Cruise on set has had some incidents. I think he's gotten injured a few times, but we've literally seen behind the scenes photos of him getting out of a plane, the plane rotating, and then him going over the airplane and getting back into the cockpit seat. Like, this movie's gonna be absolutely crazy, and I cannot wait to see what they pull out for this one. With that being said, now we're getting to my top 5 most anticipated movies of 2022. If you made it this far in the video, again, hit that like button and let me know your top 10 most anticipated movies for 2022 in the comments down below. But in 5th place is Knives Out 2. Now, Knives Out 1 is one of my favorite mystery movies of all time. It's also considered a comedy to me. It is so hilarious, so funny, and I really like it for that. I love the cast of the first movie, and the cast for the second movie is also going to be absolutely crazy. Knives Out 2 stars Daniel Craig returning from the first movie, but everyone else is different. Madeline Klein, Dave Bautista, Jessica Henwick, Catherine Hahn, Edward Norton, Kate Hudson, Janelle Monáe, Leslie Odom Jr., Jada Pinkett Smith, and Ethan Hawke. Similar to all the other movies on this list, this cast is absolutely stacked, and I just can't wait for it. I know Netflix acquired the rights to this movie, but Rian Johnson is coming back to direct the second and third one, so I'm excited to see where they go with this franchise. I love the first one, and I'm glad that they're not bringing back any of the other supporting characters, and it's going to be a brand new, fresh take on the story. And we also know that they're really trying to hide the story, because apparently there was leaked photos of all the cast on a yacht and people that they were filming, but then someone came out from the cast and said that that was all fake, just to throw everyone off, because obviously if you see them on a yacht, everyone's probably thinking that they're doing like a murder mystery on a boat. Nevertheless, Knives Out 2 is going to be absolutely insane, and I cannot wait for it. Coming in at number 4 is Thor: Love and Thunder. I'm so excited for this movie, and again, it's just a Marvel movie. You guys know me, I'm more of a Marvel guy than anything, and I'm so excited for Thor: Love and Thunder. We got Jane Foster, Thor Odinson, probably the Guardians as well, maybe even the Eternals. We don't even know, but this movie is going to be action-packed. It's going to be so crazy. Can't wait to see buff Thor back. And again, we don't know much about this movie. We have a few plot leaks here and there, but I don't want to get into them in this video because they're possibly spoilers. Again, I don't have much else to say about this movie, but I'm just very, very excited. But going into my top 3, in 3rd place, my 3rd most anticipated movie for 2022 is Spider-Man Across the SpiderVerse Part 1. Now, this is obviously going to be a Part 2 series. We just got our first teaser trailer for Across the SpiderVerse Part 1. We got Miles, but he's just a little bit older, and just overall, the art style is just looks so sick, how they're going through the different universes and how the art styles are changing. They're going to experiment so much with this movie, and I can't wait to see what they do. Seems like they're going to do a massive 2-part finale type of thing with Miles Morales, and I really hope the Miles somehow gets into live action. I hope it's the same Miles, because I love this Miles a lot. I love what they're doing with this character Miles. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's one of my favorite superhero movies of all time, and it's one of my favorite Spider-Man movies of all time. It is such a good movie. I rewatched that movie so much. It's definitely just another guilty pleasure movie that I turn on whenever I want, and I hope Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1 does the same thing for me. And I'm also excited to see what the cliffhanger is. I'm excited to see how they lead into a Part 2, and I'm excited that they're building out this animated franchise just a little bit more. But now moving on to my 2nd most anticipated movie of 2022, which is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Just like Across the Spider-Verse Part 1, we recently got a new teaser trailer for Multiverse of Madness, and I've been on this hype train ever since it was announced. Even when the old director was on here before Sam Raimi, I've loved Doctor Strange's character this entire time in the MCU. I love his first movie. I think it's one of the most underrated movies in the entire MCU. I love the mythical art side of the MCU. I love Wanda. I love Doctor Strange. I love Wong. I love America Chavez. I love Sorcerer Supreme from What If. I just love every aspect that they've thrown at us in the trailer itself, but also all the rumors that we've gotten for the plots, like Wanda being the main villain. And apparently it's not even a rumor anymore. Apparently it's literally confirmed. So believe it if you want, but almost every leaker is saying it. I genuinely think this will be the best MCU movie. I think it'll be a top tier superhero movie, and I'm so excited to see what they do with this. They're gonna have a plethora of cameos, and the thing is, I'm one, like, if you don't need to have cameos, don't put them in. But I think it'll show how far and deep into the multiverse they're going. So that's really why I'm excited for it. I'm also excited to see other characters return from previous iterations and just previous movies and previous franchises. I'm excited to see all of that come together, and Multiverse of Madness is the perfect movie to do that. It also feels like it's gonna be the darkest MCU movie. The tones in the trailers show that 100%. But now to my number 1 most anticipated movie of 2022, and let this be said, this is my most anticipated movie of all time. I've never been this hype about a movie. I've never fiended so much for so much content for this movie, and that of course is The Batman 2022. I am obsessed with this movie. You guys know me. I have a whole playlist. I make a bunch of videos. Basically weekly I make videos on The Batman. I just absolutely adore this movie. I adore the cast, the crew, everything going on within and behind this movie. It's gonna be phenomenal. I think this will be the best superhero movie of all time. I think this will be the best Batman movie of all time. I think this will blow anything else out of the water. Just looking at the newest trailer that was just released. If you want to check out my breakdown and reaction, link was in the description down below. But the tone and the colors and everything, just the chemistry between Selena Kyle and Bruce Wayne and Batman and Catwoman, and just the differences, like even Penguin, Jim Gordon, everything just looks so perfect to me. And I cannot wait to see where this Batverse franchise goes. And the Batman is only the beginning. I don't know how much more I can really convey to you guys that this is my most anticipated movie of all time by far, just because I've already made so many videos on it. If you want to check out all of my videos about the Batman 2022, you can click the link in the description down below, where I'll leave my playlist for every single The Batman video I've ever made. But yeah, guys, those are my top 10 most anticipated movies for 2022. Let me know your top 10 in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.